morning, good morning, good morning to anybody that's coming in here, whether you're on YouTube or whether you're on Twitch. Just good morning. Why is that still not working? Why is that still not working? That's a bummer. Oh well. All right. Good morning to again. Like I was saying, everybody that's coming in here, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on Twitch, greatly appreciate it. Let me tweet out the show is live, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started with everything. Be young. What's the word, Brody? What's good with you? Again, good morning, every single body that's in here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. I'm going to tweet out the show is now live, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with everything today. I'm going to tweet out the show is now live. We're going to go ahead and get started with everything today. Again, good morning to all. And shout out to, it's like 10 plus of y'all that's in here. Shout out to y'all for popping in on time. Justin Crummel. Drew, what's the word with y'all? Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. All right. All right, I am good to go. Everything is good to go. I gave people a couple seconds to get in here. Shout out to y'all that came in on time. It truly means a lot. So with that being said, good morning to every single body that's in here. Welcome back to another daily facts and stats show, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time until a couple of hours, typically 2-3 hours, 4 hours sometimes for the most part. I'm pretty sure when NBA and NFL season returns, you'll see some 5-hour shows, maybe see some 6-hour shows, as we probably will have a lot to discuss, which I can't wait for. It's like the summer is like, it's going by. I mean, like July is going by, but it's not going by quick enough. You know, I'm ready for August to be here because I'm just like the same way I'm watching NBA Summer League. It's the same way I'm geeking to see some preseason football. I'm geeking to see some preseason football. Like, I don't care who the quarterback is out there. I don't care who the wide receivers out there. I just need to see some snaps. You know what I'm saying? So, couple more weeks for that. You know, with the NFL preseason starting in literally like 3 weeks roughly. Yeah, like 3 weeks roughly. So, either way, we're gonna talk about some NFL to start the show today. Also during the show today, let me show more. We get into everything that we're going to be talking about. Also during the show today, 1 second, guys. Also during the show today, say tune in on Twitch and YouTube. We're going live at 11 a.m. Eastern time as usual. We're breaking down the top 10 off-ball linebackers finally today. I finally came today prepared. I have a list. I have a pool of players. And then also going to look at what the executive coaches and scouts think of the off-ball linebackers, and also edges. So then that'll be that. If Josiah or BJ or Z Farm or whoever is in the crowd today, as far as the show purposes, then I will have them speak on the All-Star game. I don't know nothing that happened in the All-Star game, so we'll see about that. And then we'll do a quick WNBA recap from yesterday's game. Shaggy resub. Shout out to Shaggy for the resub to start the show off today. Let's go. Shout out to Shaggy for the resub. Big boom. Big boom, big boom, big boom. I need to get it. Yeah, I need to get it when I forgot about that. But big boom. Shout out to Shaggy. WNBA recap. Briefly talking about the two games from yesterday. And then winding out our show with the Vegas Summer League. But the show should be majority talking about the off-ball linebackers, edges, and then also, last but not least, when on the NFL side, we will briefly speak on the Sauce and Garrett Wilson contracts. I think I should be having Dane pop in here to talk about the Jets and what they did in regards to locking those two guys up. In regards to locking those two guys up. Hold on. Texting him right now. As far as locking those two guys up, my bad, y'all. Hitting Dame up. Hold on. All right, where am I now? Yeah, as far as locking those two guys up. So that's everything that we'll be talking about today. Definitely cannot wait to get into the conversations. As I look at this tweet, this tweet has 13 retweets and 11 hearts. 13 retweets and 11 likes. So thank y'all. If y'all ever see this tweet in the morning time, please feel free to retweet this tweet. That definitely will help people coming across fact and stats, or even knowing where fact and stats will be at today. I gotta go back live on Twitter. So to go back live on Twitter, I'm probably just gonna go live on StreamYard through StreamYard. Can't find the link. It's literally pinned. Look at the pinned message on Discord. You don't see that? Dang, am I tripping? Let me just personally send it to your phone. Hold on. Like, that ain't crazy that you ain't in the Discord already? That ain't crazy? She like, yeah, I ain't crazy. Yeah, you in the voice channel, Dane. I'm about to come in there. You in the voice channel. Hold your horses, brother. Alright, so yeah, that's everything that we'll be talking about today. What else I want to say? If you're on the YouTube side of things, first and foremost, thank you. You're not going to see the heavy crowd in there, as the majority of people will be in the Twitch probably that come through to the show today. But if you prefer YouTube, you just want to listen into the show, that's totally fine. If you do plan on joining the stage, I would advise you to join the Twitch side of things and then click the pinned message on Twitch, and you'll be able to join the Fact and Stats Discord, and then that's how you join. Hold on, this nigga Dame is slow. All right, and that's how you join the stage for when it comes to the show purposes. Now, with this transition over to Twitch, I do appreciate you all watching on both platforms, regardless, though. So it doesn't really faze me which one you watch on. Either way, it's the same support and it's the same growth. So if you are on YouTube, the last but not least, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this video. That definitely helps the algorithm out for anybody that's surfing on YouTube to come across facts and stats. Also, if you willing to extend your support for the platform, feel free to become a YouTube member. There's 3 different levels you can join as. They all have different customized perks. They all have the ability to send different emotes into the chat. Chat was good. They all have the ability to send different emotes into the chat and things of that nature. So if you're feeling like you want to extend your support for the platform, make sure y'all become a YouTube member, and I'll greatly appreciate that. Next, playback. Playback is where we watch live WNBA games, MLB games, Vegas Summer League games, and that's what we've pretty much been doing. We will be doing for the rest of this month. After July, I don't have a need to utilize playback anymore. So with that being said, like watch parties for NFL games and things like that will be in the Fact and Stats Discord. So for the ones that join the Fact and Stats Discord, to join the stage, it's good to be in there regardless, because you'll see gambling plays, far as NFL related, any sport. You'll see gambling plays, and then on top of that, we'll be having NFL watch parties in there for like Sunday night football games, Monday night football games, Thursday night football games, must watch games at the 1 o'clock hour. And then if not, I'll probably have Red Zone on or something like that. So that's pretty much what the Discord be looking like when it comes down to NFL season coming up. And I don't know about NBA season yet, but we'll see. It all depends on what happens with playback, to be honest, because I really think they're just going to eventually disappear. So speaking on playback, if you are not a part of the Fact and Stats playback room, at least for the next 2 weeks, make sure you all join. I have a couple of games scheduled already. Cavs versus the Kings at 3:30. Wolves, Suns, 5 o'clock. Topped it off with the Pelicans versus the Thunder at 9:30. So make sure you all sign up and join the Fact and Stats playback room. It is an app you can download that is free. It does not cost any money to sign up and join the Facts and Stats Playback Room. It does not cost any money to sign up and join the Facts and Stats Playback Room. All you have to do is put an exclamation point playback, and then it'll pop right up into the chat. If you're on YouTube, every single link or everything that I talk about, the link is already in the description on this video. Whether it's becoming a member, whether it's the Twitch page, whether it's the playback room, whether it's the Discord, everything is already on the YouTube side of things. As far as Twitch side, Nightbot will be shouting out things into the chat or putting things into the chat as far as the playback, the Discord, how to sub, and I'll get to that in a second. The website, all if anybody's interested in any Facts and Stats Apparel, all those things will pop into the chat regularly throughout the show, whether it's like every 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or etc. Something like that. So, speaking on the website, if anybody here does not have any Facts and Stats Apparel, as you can see behind me, I have about 5 shirts left still. I have about 5 shirts left still. You can check out the website for Facts and Stats Apparel. I have 3 white shirts. So if I have your size, please feel free to check, and hopefully you all purchase the shirt. I have 1 pink shirt left, and then I have the first drop of that Facts and Stats coral shirt right there. I think that's a small as well. So if you wear small or large, feel free to check out the website for any Facts and Stats Apparel. And then the same thing, like I can make Nightbot, just type in website, and that'll pop in like that. Factandstats.us is the website, and as you can see here, I have all the shirts that I have remaining marked down. So instead of $30, you'll pay $20 for the shirt. So make sure y'all check out the website. Again, that's factandstats.us. The website is factandstats.us. What else did I want to talk to you all about today? Told you all about the Twitter. Same for the YouTube folks. If you're on YouTube, everything is in the description on this video. Last but not least, Twitch. I've been a Twitch affiliate. I pretty much spent a lot of my time building my Twitch gaming, playing 2K, Madden, etc. Just being myself, and that got me to that point. So obviously, you all might be seeing ads. If you see ads, you can easily sub for no ads. On top of that, you can just sub to extend your support for the platform and what I do on a day-to-day basis personally, and that's if you're willing to. How can you sub? It should literally just say subscribe or sub right there, or it'll say gift a sub. And then on top of that, to make it easier, Nightbot also will be putting that into the chat, as it already did multiple times probably throughout the show today. But I can also just put exclamation point sub, and it'll pop right up. I'm at 116 subscribers at the moment, with a short-term goal to get to 150, which will continue eventually to grow. So again, if you are in here, you're already a sub, thank you. If you are in here, you're not a sub, and you want to avoid seeing ads or just want to extend your support, feel free to sub whenever you feel like the time is right for you. But all in all, appreciate everybody that's in here so far on the YouTube side, the Twitch side, etc. And Andrew, like typically what I would say, yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, it is free, by the way. If you have Amazon Prime and you never subscribe to anybody on Twitch, perfecto. You get 1 free subscription per month through Amazon Prime. All you have to do is connect your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account, and you'll be good to go. Again, all you have to do is connect your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account, and you'll be good to go. So you can literally pay no money to help and subscribe to Facts and Stats on Twitch. So keep that in mind as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump into the Discord right now. I'm going to jump into the Discord, turn my camera on, have my everything good to go. Dame, what's good, bro?
Yo.
All right, bet I can hear you. I was good. Yeah, first and foremost, starting to show off today. Hold on. First and foremost, starting to show off today. You all obviously inked new deals with 2 of you all top players, pretty much, simple put. First and foremost, I'm going to start with the deal that was 2 days ago, where Jets and wide receiver Garrett Wilson reached agreement on a 4-year, $130 million contract extension that includes $90 million guaranteed. It marks the first time in NFL history that a receiver has received an average over $31 million after only playing 3 seasons. Wilson now will be on a contract the next 6 seasons through 2030. Shout out to his agents. They negotiated the deal, obviously, with Jets executives. So, shout out to Garrett Wilson. First and foremost, I'm a Garrett Wilson fan. I tried my hardest year in and year out to prioritize getting him in fantasy football. You meet some folks sometimes, I think I had him as rookie year and probably year 2, but you meet some folks sometimes where, they'll be hard-headed and you just can't get a deal done. It is what it is. But now Garrett Wilson jumps to being the 5th highest paid wide receiver on an average salary basis. behind Jamar Chase, Jetta, CD, DK, and Garrett. Garrett right there. As far as the deal, I love it. I think it's smart for the Jets to get it done early and now, where you can have him locked up for literally like all the way to 2030. That's 5 years. That's insane. And when you look at everything that they're trying to build in New York or been building in New York, a lot of that falls upon one. First and foremost, it was the defense. We'll get to the Sauce deal in a second. And then it was also what Garrett Wilson, Brees Hall, etc. can be on the offensive side. We know what the Jets need from overall team perspective, but luckily we have a Jets fan up here that will be able to speak briefly on that. And before I also have him speak on the Garrett deal, I'm also going to read out the Sauce deal. Sauce Gardner reached an agreement on a 4-year deal that ties him to the team for the next 6 seasons, same as Garrett Wilson. This is great. Same as Garrett Wilson. Through 2030, it's the same structure and length as Garrett Wilson deal. Gardner deal includes $60 million guaranteed. And then when I circle over here and look at here how he stacks up against these other, I did not have him pulled up fast. I'm sorry. How he stacks up against the other cornerbacks in the league.
He's number one now.
He's number one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's number one now with an average salary of 30 million. Yeah, that's insane. Shout out to Garrett Wilson. Sauce Gardner. So, Dame, thankfully we have you up here to talk about your team and what they did yesterday. What you got to say about these two moves, my brother?
Starting off with Garrett, man, I'm really excited that we just got both deals done. I knew they were both going to happen. Shout out our new GM and their agents for getting the job done. I love how the contracts work because, of course, we picked up their 5th-year options. So they're still under their rookie contracts for this year and the next year. So those big contracts don't even kick in till 2027. So that means like this year and next year, if we want to spend more money, we can. So that's great. I feel like it's a great deal because that's where the market is now. People can say overpaid, blah, blah, blah. That's just what it is now at this point. Each year the cap's going up. People are going to be making more money each and every season due to the TV deal, stuff like that. So us just getting them locked in for so long, ain't no telling what the market's going to be in 2 years, even next year, even. Every year it's always a new highest paid something. So I'm not really necessarily upset or about the money because shit, I'm happy my dogs got paid. That's what you do to your players that you value. You pay them and you keep them home. You don't let them leave in free agency. So Garrett, he's had plenty of carousel at quarterback, from Zach to Rodgers to Simeon to fucking Streveler to Mike White. So for him to be able to even do some things in NFL history that only 4 other receivers have done by having 1,000 yards and 80 receptions over each of his first 3 seasons, that's impressive in itself. And that's why we valued him to, keep him long term. For Sauce, y'all know I already know how I feel about Sauce, man. He's my CB1. I don't care how y'all feel. He's top 3 regardless. And he got paid as such. He got paid the highest. You couldn't let him get paid below what Stingley got because he has a better resume than Stingley has. So I get why he's the newest paid, and I'm happy he got paid as such as well. And next year, you already know how that shit go. Probably is going to be another highest paid corner, so we ain't even tripping. Gonzo got to get paid soon, so whatever that nigga gets is going to be probably absolutely absurd. So yeah, we gonna see how that shit goes. But like I said, I'm just happy we locked the deals in. And yeah, shout out what we building for the culture, man. I'm happy we got a new head coach, new GM. So yeah, bro, I see it's nothing but forward progress from here. Can't get no worse.
Well said. No, that was well said. Great breakdown, especially how you elaborate on both contracts at the same time and how that does not kick in until two more years from now. And then ultimately the last point with the reasoning Sauce getting that extra 1 point mil over Stingley to be the highest paid because of the resume, all first team All Pros, etc. So I definitely understand what your breakdown on that. So thank you, my brother Dame. That'll be that. Will said, my brother. That'll be that to kick that off. Everything else on the NFL side of things, we will then transition over to ranking top 10 off-ball linebackers. D-Mac is probably busy at the moment. I think Fredo was in here, but even anybody else that's in the chat, If you want to rank your top 10 off-ball linebackers, please feel free to drop your list into the chat. Please feel free to drop your list. Hold on, I got to transfer something real quick, y'all. Please feel free to drop your list into the chat. Hold on 1 second. The Pacers are the favorites to sign Oladipo via Bovada official. Hold on 1 second, y'all. All right, sorry about that. And also, anyone that's in here that wants to participate, always feel free to join the stage. Anyone that's in here that wants to participate, always feel free to join the stage. As Fact and Stats is a platform that allows anyone to speak their mind in regards to whatever the topics is. So with that being said, we are finally ending this stuff out. Where I'm done with this top 10 off-ball linebackers and edges. I'm done with this ranking stuff. I'm ready to talk about these divisions coming up next week. Next week, we want to dive into every single division. I'm going to reach out to as many fans as possible or people that I know that are fans of these teams inside of these divisions to see if they'll come through to the Discord or come through to the Twitch and talk about their team on stage during the show. And I don't know what division we're going to start with yet, but I do know I'm going to start that fresh out. I'm going to start that fresh on Monday. I'm going to let it rock like that. So that'll lead us to definitely being done before June. It's 8 divisions, assuming every day will be a different division. So we'll be roughly finishing like, what's that? Like the 28th or something like that. And then that'll be walking us right into preseason football eventually, which starts on like August 7th or something like that. Hold on, let me check. Preseason football. Yeah, it says preseason football week 1, August 7th. Now, I don't know if it's a game before that. Yeah, the Hall of Fame game. Okay, so that's actually July 31st.
I feel like there's a game at the end of July for some reason.
Hall of Fame game was July 31st, so that's perfect. So it'll take us right into the Hall of Fame game. So shout out. Yeah, that's perfect. That can work out perfectly. So Hall of Fame game July 31st, and then preseason football officially starting for majority teams August 7th. Well, not majority teams, but more teams playing August 7th, and then the rest on down every day. So we'll be watching these games in the Discord, or some of these games in the Discord if anything matters, or some starters are playing 2 series or playing up until halftime or whatever the case may be. So that'll be that. July 31st, so we'll be finishing that out. So Dane, whenever we get to the AFC East, my brother, if you and you know anyone else in that division that's willing to come through, please feel free to come through, brother. I would definitely hit you up via text to come through as well. All right.
Yeah, you know I show a nigga some love.
I had to look at, and I appreciate you, Birdie. I had to look up some of the off-ball linebackers and even just edges, period, in the NFL, because this is an area where out of the top guys, you will slip when it comes to knowing some of these good guys or some of the best guys or et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like as I look at these lists, I know all these players, right? But I personally don't know how good Overshown is, if that's how you say his name. I don't know how good he is, and they say he's on the Cowboys. I personally don't know how good he is. Everybody else, I'm very familiar with, right? Quincy in New York, Jeremiah in Cleveland, PQ, obviously, Bobby, DeMario, Milano, Jack. All these guys I'm familiar with, right? Outside of Overshown. I need to see. I don't know how good he is personally, and I'll figure out how good he is this season coming up. Even down to the edges, you know what I'm saying? Out of the top guys, Will, Aiden, Verse, Hunter. Never mind, I know these guys. So, but that's the pool. And that's what it's gonna be looking like. OG said he damn good. Yeah, I'll be tapped in this year to him a lot. OG, man, I fuck with the Cowboys personally, and hopefully you guys can be successful and have a good season coming up. Let me see if D-Mac is busy before I start this. All right, so top 10 off-ball linebackers. I know Fredo said he'll be in here in a second. I see Fredo's in here. Spurs is up here. Wait, that's not Fredo. Lowe is up here, I think. And Spurs. All right, Lowe is up here, and Spurs and Shaggy. Lowe up here. Wait, the one that's on the Discord. Do my screen get bigger when I do this? Like, does it get bigger for y'all too?
I don't think so.
Do it again.
Oh, nothing changes. Nothing changed.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
Okay, nothing changed. All right, hold on. We are going 9-8. You aren't missing nothing. Well, I bet process y'all win more games than the Jaguars, so that's all that matters to me. And again,
but if you make it full screen, it's like you can see it on my phone at least, so it ain't like small as hell or nothing crazy.
Yeah, you saying you can see this, right?
Yeah, like you can press the arrows to make it go full screen. Yeah, I can see it. Like I can read all of it.
Okay. Fredo, welcome to the show, brother.
Good, Ev. How you living?
All is well, brother. How are you?
Good, good.
Okay. Two positions. All right. All right. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get it started. I would probably only have a collective when it comes to top 10 off-ball linebackers. As hearing that this
Shit's
guy,
hard.
as hearing this guy is damn good. I'm really not too familiar with him. Frankie in Washington, Levante, Dre. Okay, Zach Bond, Jamal Evans. Okay. All right. So if anybody
All
up here
right,
before,
can I add a name to that list?
yeah,
Terrell Bernard. I ain't seen him on the list.
that's Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Henry Milano. Okay. All right. With that being said, anyone up here either has the list or want to create a list on the fly with the pool that I provided for you guys, or did you all just want to get into us all ranking the collective list?
I got like the list, but I can do collective if that's what you guys rather do.
All right. If you have a list, I'm all for getting your list. Getting your list on the screen. Bro, what's your criteria?
Yeah. So my criteria is actually a heavy fixation on availability for linebackers in my particular list, as well as just past 2 years performance in general. Yeah. So availability in the past 2 years.
Let's put avail. All right. Let's do. I'm not gonna type all that out. All right. Talk to me.
Yeah. So for me, number one is by far Fred Warner. I think he's been amazing, and I just think it's undisputed for me. For number two, this guy has really shined in the recent 2 years, particularly last year with the Eagles, Zach Bond. Number three, I always mess with Roquan Smith. He's been underrated, and he might have had a somewhat slightly worse year last season, but he was really great overall. Number four, for me, I think he's been underrated for a while. Levante David for Tampa Bay, always doing well there, always contributing to winning teams, always been great. For me, number five, I always messed with this dude since Seattle, but I'd love to see him bringing it back to DC. Bobby Wagner, he really was the leader for that defense, and he made a huge difference for them. For number six, so again, I said availability is a big reason why, so that's why I have Greenlaw this low. I have him at 6 because he's been really injured. And yeah, for me, if you can't play on the field, I can't have him in my top 5. That's just me personally. But he's really good when he is healthy, and I think it's a good sign for the Dolphins. After Greenlaw, for me, it's Quincy Williams. Shout out Quincy Williams. He's been pretty good overall. And then after Quincy Williams, he's fallen off a little bit, but I mess with him. And I think overall, he just deserves a lot of credit for how good he's been for the Saints. Demario Davis has been really good. After that, for me, I think Chiefs fans underrate him a lot. I get that he had a relatively subpar season last season, but overall, and he might have been overpaid a little bit, but this guy really has changed our complete linebacker corps, in my opinion. Nick Bolton from the Mizzou, he's been really huge for us. I'm really glad that we're bringing him back. In my opinion, I'm actually this is a really hot take, but I'm more glad we're bringing him back than we are bringing Trey Smith back. But I'm glad we're bringing both of them back. Shout out to both of them. And then after that, it was Bobby Okereke. I think he's been underrated for a while now, and he's been good for the Giants too. And as runner-ups, it would be either
who
T.J.
number 10?
Edwards.
I don't know your number 10. Bobby Okereke. Who?
Bobby Okereke, the linebacker.
For who?
I think he played for the Giants, right?
Yeah, Giants.
Yeah, he played for the Colts before. He played for the Colts.
I got some players to learn. Bobby Okereke.
He had a really good
he's
season
been
in
good for the
23.
Giants.
He had a down year last year.
Yeah.
He had a down year.
Slightly down year last year, in my opinion. That's why he was really good in 2023. That's what
He like 28, 29.
He's still in his prime. And then my runner-ups were T.J. Edwards and Leo Chanel, who again he hasn't been getting enough snaps, but I think he's going to make a huge difference for the Chiefs as well. Good linebacker as well.
So is he somebody that I should know?
Yeah.
Like I should have known?
Yeah. I mean, before last season, he was arguably a top 5 nigga, low key.
I mean, it's the Giants though, so I get why he doesn't.
No, he was balling for the Colts too. It was like after
he was good for the Colts. Who was that
one nigga? The one nigga the Colts had, that linebacker. He got hurt But
Zaire.
no, it
Oh,
was
that guy, North
no.
Carolina State guy. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
something.
he was like an all pro his rookie season. I can't remember his name, but when he got hurt, Okereke came in and took his spot. Was
Mm-hmm.
balling.
That star linebacker too. Oh, Leonard.
Yeah,
What is his name?
Oh,
yeah,
Darius
yeah.
Leonard. Darius Leonard.
Darius Leonard.
There's
Yeah,
Leonard. My
Yeah.
fault. My fault. My fault. My
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
injuries suck
Yeah.
because that nigga was on a crazy arc, man.
Yeah. Darius Leonard. Damn. That made me smile remembering him.
Nigga
All
was
right,
good, bro.
Bobby. Okay. So me. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, Bobby did a good job filling in for Leonard, which is what Predator was talking about. So yeah.
EJ Speed too, but that nigga gone. They got a whole new linebacker core now.
Oh, I spelled the name wrong. All right, Spurs. Thank you for kicking that off. Also, if anybody has a list in the chat, feel free to type your list into the chat. Leonard, come on. What's up, Double Back? Also,
I
anybody
got
else?
one.
All right, Fredo, say you
I
ready.
got a list. I kind of just off of just like niggas I remembered being good in coverage and shit. My criteria is coverage ability, your ability to stop the run and blitz. Um, I got Fred Warner at one. That's like no brainer. He's been the best linebacker in football for like the last 5 years. I got Zach Bond at two. He had arguably not even arguably, he had a defensive player of the year season last season. I think it's gonna continue. Um, I got Roquan at three. He had a down year, but I still think he's gonna bounce back and be better next season. So and he still had he was still really good against the run. His pass coverage was just kind of shaky. And he was a good blitzer still too. Maybe a hot take. I got Terrell Bernard at four. I think that like with a defensive line that like we got some niggas that can just clog gaps, keep him free so he can roam. He can stop the run. He can blitz well. He's good in coverage. I think Bernard's gonna reinsert his name in that top five. I got Dre Greenlaw at five. Like that nigga was real. Like when he's healthy, that nigga is really fucking good. I got a name niggas probably not gonna know, but I got Blake Cashman at six. He 2023 he played for the Texans and he was one of the big reasons why D'Amico's defense was like amazing. And I think the Texans were like their defense was kind of shaky to start the season because they didn't have him and him with the Vikings and that crazy scheme has been really good. So I got Cashman at six. I got the ageless wonder Levante David at seven.
Okay.
I got Nick Bolton. I got Nick Bolton at eight. I got Frankie Louvu at nine, and then I got Quincy Wilson to round it out at 10.
Quincy, you said Levante David.
That's Levante was at seven.
Yeah. And then who
Yeah,
else?
7 Levante, 8 Bolton,
Yeah.
9 Louvu, 10 Quincy. And Overshown and Okereke as honorable mentions.
Okay. And Blake Cashman.
Yeah,
What year is
yeah.
he?
I think he's in like year 5, year 4, year 5. He was one of the big signings the Vikings did last offseason. Like they got a really good linebacker core between him, Ivan Pace, Van Ginkel, and Grenard. They got a crazy linebacker core.
Blake Cashman, 4.5 sacks last season, 29 years old. Okay. Shout out to him. 8 pass deflections. My God. All right. Shout out to him. 112 total tackles. Shout out to okay, she might be top of your Friday. Shout out to Fredo, y'all. And shout out to Sly, if you even know who that is too. Also, shout out to Andrew for resubbing for 6 months in advance. So appreciate that, gang. You currently on a 2-month streak. That's real. Thank you for the support. As always. Let me see. Don't BJ or Shaggy, y'all got a list or y'all here for a collective like me?
Let's for what?
Top 10 off-ball linebackers.
No.
Alright. We're probably gonna roll over to the collective side of things. From a collective side overall, would y'all really we're gonna put I think Fred Warner is the best linebacker in football, personally, even with Roquan being on my team. Fred
Yeah,
just
that should be a question. That's number one.
he just looked different. I ain't gonna lie. He just different with it. personally.
If Roquan didn't take that step back, then we might have had a discussion. But nah.
And I agree. I do think last year was a down year for him and his standard. And he believes it as well. And he know it. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely got to come back and set the edge and set the tone for this team and be that defensive leader that we need. You know what I'm saying? While Kyle is still molding and growing, Malachi still will be growing, and then Marlo and Jair and even Nate. From a learning and growing perspective, Nate is still learning and growing on the outside, but Jair and Marlo is the guys that we can look at as veterans on our defense as well. But Roquan is viewed as the leader of our defense and our unit, so hopefully, he can pick his play back up, pick up his slack. Because the biggest thing with me and him, and you said it, is his pass coverage. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not his strong suit. He's just not that good in that area. Can he cover? I guess yeah, but don't turn his head around good enough. Don't get past deflections. Can't track the ball really well, and that's not something that linebackers should be strong at with doing. But also, he just doesn't take good angles when it comes to covering running backs or covering linebackers, in my opinion. So that's just something that he's just not that good at. So with all that being said, after one popping year for Zach Bond, are we comfortable with saying? I know it's only 2 lists we have, but are we comfortable with saying?
No.
Yeah, I personally would still put Roquan at 2.
Roquan too.
No, I think taking into account just off of the season he had last year, I think he's gonna replicate it. So I got Zach Bond at 2. And I just think with Philly's defensive line, he's gonna be clean enough like he was. So
Yeah.
I don't see why he wouldn't. And he might not be like the exact same, but even if he's like what 90% of what he did last year, I still think I'll put him over Roquan.
And the Ravens defense got better too to cover up for Roquan Smith.
Yeah, I mean the injury to Buddy kind of fucks it, but yeah. But Philly's defensive line is still better to clean up to keep him cleaner though. And Zach, and just going off of what we've seen, Zach was better in coverage. I don't see why that would not continue.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Y'all both made good points. Personally, I'm hearing y'all. I should say, y'all both made good points. Hold on. Double back. Let me put double back list in here real quick before I continue. Yeah. He double back got Fred at 1 on YouTube. He got Roquan at 2. He has Zach at 3. He went with Edmonds at 4. It looks like.
My boy.
No, he went with Nick Bolton. I'm sorry. Nick at 4. What did he put Bolton? He put Bolton. Luvu at 5. Edmonds at 6. David at 7. Got Overshown on there. Overshown. Greenlaw. Sorry, this looks a little different on YouTube. And he went with Quincy. And his criteria was last 2 seasons. Is that 10? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 10.
Who was this 10?
Quincy Williams, Jets.
Well, no.
Quincy Williams, Jets. All right, double back. Appreciate you contributing on the YouTube side of things, my brother. I'm mad my chat just did that, but it is what it is. Let me see if we have some activity on the Twitch side of things real quick. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if we have some activity on the Twitch side of things real quick. How can I make a poll? How can I make a poll? Hold on, y'all. Let me look at something. Just to see if we can get some of y'all to vote in the chat. I don't see how to make a poll. Andrew, you in here? You see how to make a poll? You know how to make a poll from your phone if you're on your phone? I don't see how to make a poll. Oh, I'm supposed to go to what's the name? I know. My bad, I'm burnt. I'm supposed to go to the dashboard. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. All right. Nah, I had to go. I know what I had to do. That was my fault. Andrew. All right, y'all. If y'all are in here, I got this poll rolling for 2 minutes. Let me see if it pops into the chat for y'all. Does that pop into the chat? Do y'all see that I just made a poll? Yeah, y'all should see that. Y'all see that, right? Roquan or Zach Bond? I'm just curious for the ones that's in here. If you know about football, I'm just curious to see what y'all think, as we don't have. It's only me, Fredo, and BJ and Spurs up here. I know Spurs and Fredo are with Zach, Ev, and BJ are with Roquan. So I am leaning on y'all. So just give me a couple of responses in the chat real quick. If y'all are in here, whether it doesn't really matter how many. Either one, the other one will be at 3. So whoever's 2, the other will be at 3. Okay, y'all vote on that poll in the chat for me real quick if you are in here on Twitch. Man, yeah, it's a serious question, B Young. I got no choice, man. I understand the Zach Bond praise, though, and Fredo made good points as well. But, you know, throughout the career or just period overall, who's the better linebacker to me is Roquan.
Zach Bond like that. The Saints held Zach Bond back for real. And I'm glad he went over there and started cooking.
Yeah, so hopefully he can replicate, you know, what he did last year. And like Fredo said, I don't see no reason why he wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just banking on a guy that's been better and probably will more than likely bounce back as well to playing at his regular level. And if he's playing at his regular level, I think he's better than Zach Bond. But again, if y'all are in here on Twitch, can you all vote on that poll in the chat for me real quick? If you are in here on Twitch, can you please vote on that poll in the chat for me? This is only up for 2 minutes. That poll is only up for 2 minutes. I don't know how many times. Oh, it's like look like it's like 15, 20 seconds left. So I like that. I'm gonna utilize that feature a little bit more. Just get y'all active in the chat. I know all y'all not gonna come to the stage. Or either way, as long as y'all ain't here, that makes me feel good regardless. Yeah, he definitely had a hell of a season, B Young for sure. And I think that poll is about to end. I got about 7 people that voted, it looks like. So thank y'all for even voting, all 7 of y'all. Shout out to who voted Zach as well. But it looks like Roquan won that poll 6-1. So we're gonna go ahead and put Roquan at 2 and then put Zach at 3. And then like I said, I will be also looking at the executives, coaches, and scouts top 10 off-ball linebackers immediately following this as we conclude with the linebackers and edges as well. 4, Spurs went with Bobby Wagner. Levante Davis. Shout out. And then Fredo went with Bernard. This is where I'm just like, I don't.
Huh?
Bernard and Buffalo.
Bro, what?
He said it's like a hot take.
Bro, what? Oh.
For who? What player you talking about?
It's not Bernard, bro. It's not Bernard, bro.
That was a hot take.
He's not better than Matt Milano.
Nah, when Milano, I don't think Milano is gonna be the same Milano we've seen. I think he'll be like 70%, but 70% of that Milano ain't Bernard. Bernard's better than that.
So non-hot take aside, who would you say is really for then?
I mean, I would put either based on me and Fredo and I guess double backs list. I think it's either David or Greenlaw probably.
I ain't gonna hold you. The Ford nigga is out for the season, so he can't even be on here. It really would be JOK, but nigga,
No.
It really would
He's
be.
not number 4 though. He's not number 4.
No, that nigga's top 4.
JOK's a dog, but he's not better than Bobby Wagner, bro.
Bobby Wagner is old as dirt, bro.
Bobby was good last year. You know that, right?
The nigga had a lot of tackles. That don't mean he was good. He was solid against
he carried that defense.
That's fine. You don't got to put Bobby Wagner.
Frankie Louvu was better than that nigga.
And put Frankie Louvu right there then.
Frankie Louvu was not the 4th best linebacker in football. He's
I'll
not.
just give it to David. Me personally.
I'll give it to Dre Greenlaw before I give it to them niggas, bro.
Lano's better than Greenlaw.
Nah, I'll put Dre Greenlaw right here.
Anybody else? Also, if y'all in the chat, let me know in the chat too on Twitch, y'all. Let me know in the chat who y'all got in the chat on Twitch and or YouTube. Let me know in the chat who y'all got on.
But it was about being
D-Max here. D-Max.
D-Mac pulled
Shut
up.
up. Linebackers.
Yeah, linebackers.
Man, that's Chaz, nigga.
I thought so.
Hello. D-Mac did just pull up. That was me, though.
Nah, I know you came, Ted. I saw you up here. Yeah, linebackers. Who would y'all put at 4? D-Mac and Ted.
We interrupt this broadcast with an important announcement. Battleship Iowa has found
here
its
for
forever
support,
home
brother.
in the port of...
All right, bet.
This broadcast with an important announcement.
I like Nick Bowen.
I can't see the screen or whatever, but
You
that
can't.
who's the top three? I assume it's Warner, Smith, and Bond,
You can't see the
whatever order.
screen.
Yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes it's weird on my app. I can't
Tiz,
see
you
it.
can see it though, right? Is it a D-Mac thing?
Yeah, he got to come back. You got to leave and come back.
I'll see.
Okay. I'm trying to make sure. I'm like, wait, hold on. You good, D-Mac? Can't hear you, D-Mac, if you talking.
Taz, we got Queen versus Trey Johnson today.
We can't hear you, D-Mac. I don't know what happened to.
I peep.
Yeah,
Wait, I thought they played Utah. Well, we'll get to that, bro. I ain't trying to derail.
D-Mac testing. Your sound testing.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can you see now?
Yes, I can.
All right, cool. Yeah, Fred, Roquan, Zach.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I on my personal list, I did have Bolton next up here. He's incredibly good against the run.
You're
he
right,
does a lot of getting our guys lined up and stuff. So I did have him fourth personally.
Nick Bolton, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got Nick Bolton fourth too. Yeah.
Spurs say cool. Bolton.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me.
Do you have a personal list you want to share, or do you want to finish out the collective?
Yeah, well, we're getting. I do have to. It's going to be a quick thing, so I would probably just end up dropping my list in the chat a little bit later on. But I can help out with the collective list too.
Cool. All right, that's fine. Fredo, how you feel about Nick or Greenlaw?
I personally don't have. I wouldn't have Nick Bolton that high. I don't think I think he's really good against the run and he's a good blitzer, but his coverage is not good. And I think like he really like lives off of Chris Jones and them getting pressure because in coverage he's not good. But
This off ball, right? This ain't like the main.
It's off ball, not like edges.
If you, I ain't got no list, but if you talk about off ball, the passing ability guard gotta play a part too. If you talk about an off ball linebacker,
yeah, that's why I don't got Nick. I don't got Bolton that high.
but Bolton was good as hell. Like Bolton good as hell on a run, and he fill his gaps good as hell. He got some speed. He hit the perimeter, but that's like more so main linebacker or whatever the hell they call that.
The Mike shit.
The Mike, yeah. For Mike, that nigga be good as hell. But when you talking about off ball, he got to be able to do that. But you got to be able to guard the pass too, bro, as an off ball linebacker. If a nigga can't really do that, bro, you can't. To me, that's just me personally. Like Nick can't be that high if he can't guard the pass, bro. It's just because that's your job, off ball linebacker. That's your job. It ain't just about the run. That's for the Mike. You got to be able to guard the run to a certain extent and guard the pass. That's just me though. That's how I look at it.
I think the top five
how I look at it. That's how I look at it.
Like five niggas got to be good in all aspects of it. Like playing the run, playing the pass. Like I think to be in the five, you got to be good in both aspects of that. I don't think Bolton's pass coverage is adequate enough to have him at 4. His run defense is, but his pass isn't good enough for me. Like I think right here I would go Greenlaw.
How you feel about their explanation as far as the pass coverage, D-Mac?
I mean, I think he's a little bit more average than not good, personally. He's been fine as far as hook zones are concerned. Man to man, obviously, he has limitations. He's not going to be able to cover your high level running backs. He's not great against, tight ends either. There's real limitations as far as that's concerned. For things we asked him to do, I think he's serviceable in that area. And then how key he is for us being able to get to good third down, kind of down in distances. He's a massive piece of that because of the run game. Now, if you talk about other guys in the league, as far as, my list was concerned, like I went back and forth as far as Wagner. I think Wagner still has similar limitations in coverage, and I think he's really good against the run. But he's also lost a step as far as that's concerned, but he still had a really good year for the Commanders. I thought Edwin Cooper was really good for the Packers, but his instincts, still have some question marks. He makes a lot of false steps still, as far as that's concerned. Like,
what did he do this year?
For Cooper for the Packers?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought he had a nice season. I wouldn't say he was great, but I thought that he had a nice season and certainly one
No, I'm
for.
saying like you know the numbers off the top of your head or nah?
No, I mean linebacker is always really it's tough to quantify with numbers. It's one of those types of
Yeah,
positions.
yeah,
My
yeah.
personal opinion, at least. But when I saw the Packers defense play, I thought he made a lot of really good plays out there. But the long and short of it is, I didn't really have somebody that I felt was like, I need to put him over Bolden because he's a difference maker in the passing game, and then also is really good in the run game. Me personally, that's where I kind of landed with it. So that's my viewpoint.
You said what was his name?
Edrin Cooper.
You said that's Packers.
Mm-hmm.
What year
Yeah,
is he in?
Packers.
What year
I
is
think
he
he's
in?
from Mississippi State.
He is either a rookie or first year player. Give me 2 seconds to
I
double
think
check that.
I think Edge.
I think he's a rookie.
I'm
This
about
is
to
his
say
first season.
I didn't
Yeah,
even heard
that was
of.
his first season. I
I
didn't
think
know.
the
I didn't know
second
Edge had that
round
good of a season though.
rookie. Yeah, I think he's from
Me
Mississippi
personally,
State.
I thought he did. But yeah, that was his
I'm about to say
year last.
I had to look at the numbers. I'm gonna watch him today.
Edrin Cooper.
This just like again like this list is kind of murky because the niggas that I would have higher are injured. Like N'Kobe had
He
a good season, he
had
got hurt.
50,
JOK good season, he got hurt.
57 tackles, 57
Yeah,
solo
like a guy like
tackles,
JOK, a guy
87
like JOK
tackles.
2 years ago, like JOK had a really good year for the Browns, but there were so many aspects of what that defense did that covered up how he was still kind of poor as far as the run game aspect of it was concerned. And then because he was poor there, they were able to hide it from that aspect and then allow him to be really more of a coverage linebacker. Um, and it definitely has value, and I don't want to like act like it doesn't, but there's something to me when you talk about off-ball linebackers that does come inherently with, hey, are you the Mike? Are you the guy getting people lined up on a consistent basis? There is a big aspect of being the quarterback of the defense that is very important to me. And then also, are you out there on all three downs, and can you make plays on all three downs from that standpoint? That's the aspect that Bolden does lack as far as third down, but he still can make some of those plays. And because of how important he is on early downs, and because he has the mental side of it, that's why I gave him the fourth spot. I watch more Bolden than these other guys, and I fully admit
Yeah,
that. So there is a color to that.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, you watch him a lot better than I do.
I'm about
So
to say
I
I'm
mean,
with you with the Bolden at 4.
All right.
I
So
will. I still got Dream. I think everything Bolton does Dream against pass wise, Dreamlaw does better, and he's still good against the run and a blitzer. It's just health related.
Shout out to Greenlaw, but yeah, I'm not even thinking about no health. Like I'm thinking about him the last time I seen him. I'm good.
D-Mac, who would you have at 5 on your list?
I haven't had Wagner, Bobby Wagner.
I like that.
That high?
He had a really good year.
Like I said,
Yeah,
I don't really think you actually watched a lot of. You didn't watch a lot of Commanders games, bro.
I watched a good amount of Commanders games, and I promise you, Frankie
bro.
Louvu was more
Okay,
important to their
and
defense than Bobby
I'm telling
Wagner,
you,
bro.
Actually,
and then back to what I just said 5 minutes ago. If you say no to Bobby Wagner, you gotta put Louvu right there because Louvu was striking.
I don't think either one of them was top
trash.
6 level. I think they were top 10. Don't get me wrong. I don't think they were top 6 level of linebacker though. They're
I think
not
that
good. Oh no, go ahead, D-Mac.
No. I was gonna say no. This is a very interesting discussion when it comes to these two linebackers. One, because Louisville himself and the way in which the Commanders deployed him was a very unique type of player. He was not simply your will type of linebacker in which that he's the run and hit guy. He does all of those aspects of it. They used him as kind of a hybrid Sam and a Will at times for how many times that they sent him after the pass rusher, how many things that they had him doing as well. And then, so how do you balance that because of the splash plays that he was making on a consistent basis compared to what Bobby Wagner brought to the linebacker room as a consistent force as far as the 3 down guys to be able to get those guys organized and be in the early down run force he is, and serviceable enough as far as coverage on late downs. It's tough to balance that aspect of it, and it reminds me of the Levante David and oh man, why did his name just
Devin
jump
White.
out of Yes, the Devin White conversations that we used to have with the Buccaneers a few years ago because of how much that David was, that consistent force, and it allowed, White to be the splash play guy to go run around and make those plays on a consistent basis and be used as Bulls, choose. So how value the linebacker position specifically as far as, as off ball is, that it could change the way that you see those two players from that aspect.
And as Levante David got older, D-Mac, I watch these niggas a lot because we played them twice, so I had no. As Levante David got older, Devin White took a step back. And Levante David couldn't cover up for him. But
No, that's
now,
true.
then you
No,
flip
that's
side.
facts. That's facts.
You flip sides. You say Bobby Wagner slowed down, which he did. That's cool. And guess what? Frankie Louvu made up for him. At the end of the day, Bobby Wagner put Frankie Louvu in the right spots, plus the defensive coordinator. Put Louvu in the right spot to go make the plays. And Louvu was the highlight of their defense outside of Sandersfield. That's it. It was only Louvu and Sandersfield was the highlight of the Commanders' defense last year.
I don't think you're giving enough love to what's dog name Fowler Jr. But I mean, your
Yeah,
point still
Fowler
stands.
had himself a really good year too.
I mean, yeah. No, great year. But I'm just
If
saying,
40 was that,
every time you turn on the
I
Commanders
think
game on
that
defense, it was
I
Frankie
think it goes
Louvu.
back to what D-Mac said. It's like how you view the linebacker position. Like if you look more at just like tackle numbers and stops, or do you look at like the complete package of like pass coverage, setting up a defense, being able to play the run as well as cover. Like so, like those two, I wouldn't have that high because they pass coverage isn't up to par. As like honestly, even like
But a lot of
Blake
linebackers
Cashman
pass coverage is not that
better than
good.
him. Like a nigga
A
like
lot of
Blake
people, a
Cashman
lot
is
of
better
a
in
lot of
coverage than him.
linebackers coverage is not that good.
But like my point is like because like a lot of niggas coverage isn't that good, you gotta highlight the niggas that can do both at a good level.
Yeah, and then we got those dudes at 1 and 2 and 1, 2, and 4. Shout out Zach Bonner.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
think
dog.
there is something to be said that there once you get past, and specifically because we really only have a 1 year sample size of Bond doing it at this level and doing all three of those things that we asked. We really only have two of those linebackers that we see do it on a consistent enough basis to like put them in that
Which
level.
is 1 and 2.
And that's giving Roquan Smith some grace for his struggles in coverage last year too. So that's where it's difficult. But Roquan Smith, if you look at the back half of the season, I know you guys may or may not have talked about this. When they were able to rejigger their offense as far as the secondary was concerned, his coverage was better because they were able to ask him to stay within more of his parameters that made sense. So yeah, I mean, to me, it's just like you got three real linebackers that are good at bringing that high level value on both sides of the ball. You could say that for Bond and what he was able to do for the Eagles last year. After that, it's kind of like, hey, you're picking on what you value, what you put more emphasis on, et cetera, in my opinion,
Yeah.
at least.
No, I agree with
And
that.
I feel like
I said, it just come down
Roquan gonna have a
to
good year.
different ones, to different preferences for what you value, like D-Mac said.
Mhm.
So, all right, yeah,
You're
I
right.
I still would put
You can still
Greenlaw though.
stand.
Like
You can still stand on what you believe in. That's cool.
I stand on
You can
Greenlaw
still
though.
stand on what you
I
believe in.
really think that
Yeah,
him
that's cool.
healthy. Like when he was healthy, he played just as good as he did in San Francisco. I mean, well, it is like when he played in San Francisco, he was just as good as the last time we had seen him. For those I think he played like 6 games with San Fran last year. He was going crazy. So I
Yes,
still would have Greenlaw there. Like not putting health in this shit. I'll have Greenlaw there.
You're right.
yeah. I mean, Greenlaw, he only played 2 games last year for San Francisco, and obviously,
I
unfortunately, had
thought he played
the
more than that.
torn.
My bad.
No, you're good. He only had the torn, Achilles, coming off of it. I am concerned as far as that aspect of it. But you talk about the 2 years prior, like he was the best will linebacker in the National Football League for those 2 years prior to that. So it really depends on how much you value that, and obviously playing next to Warner, I think does help. But within itself was obviously a game changer from that aspect. So it again, just how much you want to value those things, and also how much you may or may not be concerned about the injury history moving forward.
Let me see what the executives said at 4. So they went with Nick Bowen. Okay.
At 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick a dog. And I ain't gonna lie. That Super Bowl, what? Who y'all play last year, D-Mac? Not the Eagles, the one before that.
Oh, against the Niners.
The Niners.
That Super Bowl, I feel like that Super Bowl really put his name on the map for real and made everybody start looking out for him. That whole playoff run.
Yeah, I like Nick Bowen. He's a good linebacker for sure.
It's crazy these niggas went to so many Super Bowls in a row. Like, what?
You can't beat them niggas, man. That's the fucking annoying part. Shit.
All right, we're gonna go with Nick at 4. I do like Greenlaw to round out the top 5. Personally, hoping that he can bounce back to everything that Fredo was saying. I also like the
I'm fine with that.
I like the Bobby Wagner shout. I like the Frankie shout as well.
I mean, like after like six and under, I'm fine with it. It's just like I wouldn't put them niggas in the top 5. That's just me.
All right, so we're gonna go Nick at 4, Greenlaw at 5. Then we open it back up at 6. Who we feeling at 6? Let me see.
Man, I got Bernard right here.
I'm riding with y'all, whoever at 6. But like, yeah, I like my boy DeMario Davis right here. But like,
DeMario
it's not
is the
gonna put him in.
man.
Y'all not
That
gonna put him
nigga,
in.
he in that Levante David type
Cool.
joint where he aging like wine, but the nigga just still good at like what 30.
He definitely is though. He definitely slowing down.
Yeah, he's still good at.
He's
Oh,
slowing down for
he's
sure.
still a quality linebacker. But I 6, I would have Bernard though.
D-Mac, how you feel about the Bernard from the Bills that he's speaking on?
Yeah, I think he's a good linebacker.
You think he better than Milano?
I don't think Milano's healthy. That's why I say it.
Yeah, I mean, Milano can't be healthy. That's the biggest issue as far as that's concerned.
Like if I knew Milano was gonna be back to his form like 2 years ago, I would have him like right here. But yeah.
Bernard wasn't personally on my list, but I do think that he's a good linebacker. And again, there's an aspect of, hey, how much are you valuing, kind of the pass coverage aspect of it to it.
I don't know what we're gonna do for 6 through 10. I ain't gonna lie.
You could put Louisville Bob right there.
I think Levante. I think like consensus wise, Levante probably should be at like 7. I guess if you want to just go at like Bobby was an All Pro, so like Bobby Levante at 6 and 7, and then 8 through 10 is where we gonna have to just slot people.
You could slide. You could throw Louisville. You could throw Louisville right there. Put Edmonds, Louisville.
Did Tremaine have that good? Like I've been seeing, Tremaine had that good of a. I didn't watch a lot of Bears games. He had that good of a season.
Tremaine always have a good year.
Edmonds personally.
Say the D-Mac, I didn't hear you.
I thought Edwards was better than Edmonds personally when I was.
Oh yeah, TJ Edwards is TJ don't get enough love. TJ was definitely the best linebacker on that team.
Overshawn?
I don't think he played enough.
I don't like Overshawn.
He was in my honorable mentions. He played about, I think it may be like 10 games or whatever, but he was a menace when he was out there. And the Cowboys dismissed him dearly. He was my honorable mention because I think he'll be a top 10 linebacker next year if he's healthy.
For sure.
Oh well, D-Mac, what you think about Blake Cashman then?
Cash straight, averaged up, a little slightly above average. He averaged up.
He's got athletic limitations, but I think he's a good piece to have. I just I don't see anything that's an exceptional talent to put him on the list for me personally. But I thought he had a good season.
Oh boy, bro, I can't think that dude off the Jaguars.
Oh, which one? They got 2, I think actually.
Alua Khan.
Oh yeah, Alua Khan. That's a good name. They have another nigga too. I can't remember his name though.
That's another mention, but that's what I would say. The 4 could be. You get the Louisville, Bob,
Bobby at
David.
6, David at 7, and then it's opened up to I guess Louisville, Overshawn.
You put Edmonds right.
They just
I think Bernard was better than Edmonds, man. My dog on he got
in this list.
Like Bernard should be at least on the top 10 list. I might be the only nigga fighting for him though, so it's cool.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. You will, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
No, man. Give me some names, y'all. Who y'all put at 8?
I think Quincy should be here.
I gave you the best 3 possible.
Like, I mean, if we're not projecting, then like I think we got to go from niggas that's on that.
So Louisville.
I think
how y'all feel about Louisville?
I think Logan Wilson could be on this list next season though.
Hell no.
I think Logan Wilson could definitely be on the list next season.
So let me just
next season, sure, but not this season. Not this season.
Let me clear out some names. We got Rowe, Fred, Nick.
No one said Jack Campbell. Yeah, I'm like,
Let me take out Jack Campbell. Take out Bobby.
Wait, my fault. Not Logan Wilson. I'm thinking about the dude from the Steelers. Shit. His name not Logan Wilson too?
That's his name, bro.
Oh, so it's 2 Logan Wilsons then? Oh shit!
Patrick Wilson.
You said what? It's a Wilson on the Steelers,
Was it
but he a linebacker.
It's
Yeah.
not Patrick Wilson, right?
No,
Look at that
it
Utah.
might be Logan Wilson too. Actually, it might just be 2 in the same division.
Wilson. It's one, bro. It's one of them. It's one of them. It's one of them names. I think it's Logan, but it's one of them.
I think they both just might be Logan Wilson.
All right, Fredo got.
I don't know.
Fredo got Bernard. D-Mac, who would you put at 8? BJ, who do you put at 8?
I like Edmonds, but it don't really matter.
Edmonds, Bernard, D-Mac, B. Young. Spurs.
Quincy.
I mean, I had a name we haven't said yet, which is Okereke, but I believe if we haven't, did we put Luvu on the list?
No,
Luvu's on the list.
Luvu should be over him. D-Mac.
I think if you want to give a shout out to the splash plays that he's continued to make for that Commanders defense, I'm cool with Luvu here.
We're gonna pin him in at 8. We're gonna focus on 9 and 10 then, and get this over with. I know edges will be a little more simpler to do.
Yeah, it just won't be that difficult.
It'll be a little more simpler.
Off-ball linebackers is just like if you don't really rock with a team, then you're not gonna really know enough of them because it was hard for me. I'm like, shit, I
agree. That's why I'm like, I don't even like.
And then all the injuries and shit. Yeah.
Hey BJ, don't be on bullshit when we get the edge. Be on your bullshit.
Your niggas not gonna be one, bro. I just want you to know that.
I'm not. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about that Abdul Kader.
He top 5.
Oh, you know, I ain't gonna lie, you know that nigga in my top 10. That nigga about to do shit this year, bro.
I'm talking about Abdul
this year, bro. I can't wait, bro. That's what I'm ready to see the most, bro. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah.
All right, we at 9. Throw some names out there to finish off this list, y'all. 9 and 10.
I would have Quincy in the top 10 for sure. Quincy Williams. I think he should be in the top 10.
Okay. Quincy Williams. They talking about his name probably is Peyton Wilson, Sly.
Peyton Wilson. That's his name. That's his name. That's his name.
Yeah,
that's who I was thinking. Yeah, I think
Peyton Wilson.
Be a top 10 back
he on the rise too.
I like his game.
Nice, speedy linebacker to catch up to Lamar. He on the rise.
Why that name sound familiar? What college he went to?
He went to.
You seen him twice.
North Carolina, I think.
It wasn't NC State. I think he went to Utah. I thank you for reminding me, Sly. It was Peyton Wilson. I don't know why I had whatever first name I had. But yeah, he was a good linebacker prospect. Patrick, yeah, I was close. No, but he was a good linebacker prospect. I thought that he was had himself a nice little first year, but we'll see if he can build on some things specifically in the early down situations.
All right, so Quincy Williams, do we all feel like Quincy should be top 10? I think the executive.
I think he's in everybody's top 10 so far. He's in everybody's top 10 so far on this list. So yeah, but
okay,
yeah, I'm fine with Quincy.
That's true. So Quincy will be 9 or 10. Now, is there any other linebacker that we feel like should be stamped within this 10 right here then? Because we know Quincy will be 9 or 10. Let me just ask this. Do we feel like there's a linebacker that's been that was better than Quincy this season that should be 9? Or that should be behind Quincy at 10?
Don't Okereke play for the Falcons?
They said the Giants.
Okay, he played for the Colts before he played for the Giants. He played for the Colts. But yeah, he was good this season.
Bobby cracked 3 lists up here. So I'm
thinking it's going to come down. I respect that.
It's going to come down to them two. Who do y'all feel like is better between Okereke and Quincy Williams?
Okereke.
For the ones that know. BJ said Okereke. D-Mac, Fredo.
Him and Dex are harder than Johnny.
I like Quincy.
B-Young said Quincy.
Yeah, I'm with Quincy.
As well.
I'm going to go Quincy and Bobby. All right. Sorry, y'all. This was a struggle for me. Fredo said, if you don't watch all these teams and all these players, then you're going to struggle.
I ain't going to lie. Especially linebackers, bro. You're not going to know. Yeah. And that's okay, bro. I wouldn't punish somebody for bad, like, not watching football for that shit, bro. Because you don't pay attention to that, bro.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention
to that. That's a lot. I ain't going to lie. Next, we had top 10 edge rushers going into 2025. 26 season, and that'll pretty much wrap up the positional ranking. We're gonna bypass on all linemen this year. So sorry, linemen, for the lineman lovers. We're gonna bypass on linemen this year, unless somehow, some way, I tap into it next year, or I look at, if ESPN ranked it already, I'll look at ESPN list and talk about that on the screen and read it out like I did for quarterbacks on Monday. Also,
Dude, niggas don't pay attention to the whole line.
No, I agree. And immediately following this, I am going to look at ESPN list for
Oh,
linebackers.
Okay.
I am going to look at ESPN list for linebackers and edges immediately following this. So, if anybody wants to do a individual, no, we can just do collective, to be honest, so we don't drain out. I don't want to drain the show out or drain the listeners out with all these different individual lists.
The number one is easy.
Myles Garrett.
Easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 is easy too.
Yeah.
And then now we can talk.
Miles and Watt. I agree. Miles and Watt, the top 2. Man.
Yeah,
we can talk. To me, now I think it's 1, 2, and 3. Then we can talk. At 3, I like 8. I like Big Hutch right there.
No, I got Mike at 3.
I think 3 and 4. The next 2 names, however you want to do it, is Micah and Max. Personally, for me.
Yes.
Oh, Crosby.
Crosby's a dog.
I got Mike at Max.
Hutch was about to win D-Boy, bro.
I got Mike at 2, Max at 3.
So who was 4?
TJ.
Damn, TJ not in the top 3 for you?
Crazy as hell.
Not for me.
He's number 5 for me personally.
Oh, damn.
Shit.
Damn. Wait, what the? Can I hear your top 4 then? What the hell?
Yeah, I've got Miles 1, Max 2, Micah 3, and then Nick goes at 4.
I forgot about motherfucking Max Crosby, bro.
Nick Bosa.
I still like Hutch, bro.
I'm coming off the injury. I can't. I don't think I can.
I got Hutch. It's difficult. I got Hutch. What's it called? Hutch, Verse, and Henderson are all like right in that next little 7 to 9 tier after him.
Like 7 through 10.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
bro, so the nigga,
for me, Verse is a rookie, so I can't have
the nigga who get the most sacks back to back years, not top 5. Okay,
I knew Tez was coming.
Okay,
I ain't gonna lie. Look, that's my
shit right here, man.
But
we don't do that. We don't do nothing like this for no other sport. But it's cool though.
Hey, Ted, Trey,
back, but he can't get a top 5. That's
now
crazy.
Now it's dogging my brain, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, Big Young. I hate to tell you, your guy don't crack my top 6.
It's crazy.
Cause that nigga will add. Hey, bro, I'm telling y'all,
this good. He's not better than Mike yet. We gotta wait a little bit for that.
Terrible, man.
I don't know, bro. Look, it's too many. It's a lot of good edge rushers, bro.
Will is good. He's not better than Mackey yet, bro.
Hey, D-Mac, you know I love Mike. I ain't mad at that.
You gotta get out there, bro. Like, damn, you got Verse. Like, it's too many good.
Had a really good season.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult because to Tez's
point,
like
Hunter got to be on there too.
Yeah, I think Daniil is with that next group too to finish it out as far as the top 10 is concerned. But
I need to get Bonito out of that list. He's not anywhere near these fools. Bonito's not anywhere near these fools. Neither is Burns. But other than that, yeah, I'm with you guys.
Burns probably would be like honorable mention.
Josh Hines Allen also
deserves a shout out
for the Jaguars.
Remove him. He's not.
I think he don't have a bounce back season. He didn't really have a great season last year.
But he was awful last year.
Yeah, he didn't have a good season.
Yeah, the season 2023 though, I think it was amazing, but yeah,
he'd be better because that defensive line, John, crazy.
Oh, Brian Burns should have a really good season this year. Shit, you asked BJ. Not Chop. What's dog name from Penn State again? Abdul gonna be a top 10. You asked BJ.
I ain't gonna. Hey, shit, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, look, if I'm wrong, y'all can say what y'all want. But if I'm right, I know I'm gonna tell my shit. That nigga about to do shit, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if you get 10 that.
It's just like Verse,
bro, man.
It's just gonna be. Think about it, bro. Dexter Lawrence is already gonna get double, bro. So now Abdul gotta win a 1-on-1. Easy.
Or either him or Brian Burns. Like,
easy.
One of them. You leaving 3 niggas on 1-on-ones that's all solid to great pass
And
rushers.
they still got one more ride at Kayvon Thibodeau before they dump him off.
Not even they got Darius Alexander too. Like, bro, that D-line is crazy.
Like I'm saying, the Giants got some solid guys on defense. They offense, they just can't put it together. But that's just
their
who
secondary.
Like I just don't think Parsons cracked that list, bro. I don't think Parsons is better than Will Anderson. I don't think he's better than Verse.
No, it's okay. You just don't
Verse,
bro.
don't watch the tape.
Verse,
I like
Verse
Verse, but he's a
another
rookie,
okay.
man. He's a rookie, man. He's a
All
rookie,
right.
man. It's too big.
Everything that Jared Verse does, Micah does better. Literally.
Bro, watch Verse
literally.
this year. After Will
Verse
Anderson,
maybe has a slightly better bull rush, but that is accurate though.
Speed to power, that's Micah game though.
Yeah, no, Mike has a better speed to power.
And if the Rams and the Eagles match up again, the key for the Rams to be winning that shit is going to be Jared Verse.
I think Verse is better against the run. I'll give you that, but
he played. He was straight.
Verse his individual play wrecked that Eagles game, bro. In the NFC Championship with the money on the line.
It wasn't just him though. Like Kobe Turner and them niggas was balling. Like we ain't gonna say it wasn't just Jared Verse. He was balling, but Kobe Turner did his shit too. Braden Fish before he got hurt did his thing too.
He was a part of the problem.
He was the head, but them other niggas did their jobs too, man.
Yeah, you gotta have solid guys behind you.
But Micah never really had no credit with him. Like he had that 1 year from what was dog name? DeMarcus, but Micah ain't had no crazy DT with him either.
I would say he's continued to have no DTs next to him on it.
Yeah, like that. Like Micah's run, like deficiency in the run game does like that's why I can't have him in the top two. But I think he's like it's either him, Max, and Bosa as the next group. Like whoever you want from them.
Yeah, it depends on who you like between them out of them three.
And like I said, it's tough, bro.
They're different types of guys, and the thing about Mike is run deficiency. I think it is a very matchup specific to try and you take him out of these things, and I think it's more about the fact that they have so many other holes at those first and second levels of their defense that teams know that they just have to scheme Micah out of some of those things. And that gets blamed on Micah, which really is about the weaknesses that the other Cowboys have on the defense. But I do truly value the ability to be a 3-down edge, be great against the run, and be a difference making a pass rusher. And that's why I do have Miles and Max as my 1-2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Miles. Oh, so you don't think TJ is as good as Max against the run?
Yo, hold on, I gotta take Milo out. Yeah, hold on.
Against the run, no. But TJ fell a little bit because I think he had a little bit of off year as far as being able to get after the passer. But I've always thought that he was good against the run, but not a high level 3-down run game guy.
No, I mean I'm with you because I used to always argue with people when it came to like Miles versus TJ. And I'm like, I think Miles is a more complete player. I think TJ just having been a linebacker in his scheme, he gets to get more takeaways just because of the scheme. But I don't think that TJ was ever better than Miles, even during his depoy season. Like, I think Miles has been the best edge in football for like the last 4 years.
I felt the exact same. Maybe it's like 3 years or whatever, but I felt the exact same.
Now it's Bosa is where shit gets like kind of tricky because even his depoy season, I didn't think he was like amazing. Like I thought he was good. I didn't think he was amazing, but like Bosa's a weird situation because like I kind of like Max better, and like I like Micah better, but it's like Bosa's still really good. So like that top 5 of edges after you get through like 1 and 2, it's real like kind of just choose who you like.
Bro, respectfully, bro. Bosa not over Trey, bro.
I'm not mad at that.
Because I think we know who's not in this pool.
Not mad at
that.
Bro.
You naming niggas you personally like, bro. Bosa not over Trey, bro. Facts. I ain't mad at it.
No, I think Bosa's better against the run though. Like,
he remind me of Jerry Allen.
Who, Trey White or Trey Hendrickson or Bosa? Which one?
Trey Henderson.
Oh yeah, Jared Allen he was a crazy
our scheme so fucked up. Our scheme so fucked up. Our defense so fucked up. This man went out there and got 18 sacks back-to-back years, bro. Stop playing with him, bro.
That is
For real.
crazy.
I'm
Like
with you,
that
Ted. He
Come
is
on,
carries your
bro.
defense.
that is
He carries
crazy.
them on the back. He
He's the
carries them
only
on the
Come
back
on,
like
bro.
Burrow carries their
he's the only
offense.
elite defensive player you have. So like that nigga, he
He
do need
is
some
he's
respect.
most crazy.
He does need respect.
Like
I
Bosa's had a lot of help
wouldn't
for
be
years
lying if
over
somebody
Ryan,
having him
but he's
over
had help.
Bosa. Like I still
Yeah, I
think
heard
that
Nah,
Bosa.
Micah.
he
No, go ahead.
Is somebody talking I can't hear?
I thought Beyond was gonna say something.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I ain't trade over Bosa. I ain't mad at that.
I'm not easy. I think I would still have Max over Trey, but after that, after like Micah and Max, then I feel like yeah, you could have Trey right there, like at 5.
Yeah, I think Trey is spectacular. I really do, and it's more about the depth of the edge position when we're talking about guys
Mm-hmm.
like Jared Verse and Will Anderson coming 7 through 10 as far as that's concerned, and Hendrickson being there. I think Bosa is a little bit better versus the run. I think he's just as good as Trey as far as pass rush is concerned. So that's why I give him a slight edge. But look, what Trey has to deal with the Bengals surroundings on defense, it's spectacular that he's been able to get those sack totals. Me personally, I've always been somebody that doesn't necessarily just go straight off of the sack totals. And that goes to the Miles Garrett and TJ Watt debates that have happened in the past. But I I, I think Henderson is awesome. And like if you want to have him over Bosa, I don't have any real issues with it. If you wanted to prefer him over a guy like Michael Parsons or TJ Watt because of the style of it, I could hear that argument too. So I'm not mad wherever you guys choose to place him.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I like all of these guys except for Burns and Bonito. All of these other guys are good.
No, Brian Burns had a down year, but he's still like crazy elite talent, and Benino had a really good like a really good season.
But they're not top 10, but they're not anywhere near these guys, bro. Like
Uh,
they're
you could
not
probably
near
argue them to be at
Hendrickson.
10. You can argue them at 10. I don't know about. 'Cause, I mean, we like once we get through the list, like whenever we get to the back end, you can definitely argue them at 10, like 9, 10.
Yeah,
I
like
don't think you can, to be honest.
I think you can mention those guys as far as Burns and Benito, like Grenard, like those guys like are really good
No,
edges.
that's a name
It
right there. Grenard had a great fucking season.
Yeah, it's so difficult because I think the dynamic talents that you talk about when you talk about the Hutchinsons, the Will Andersons, the Neil Hunters, the Jared Verses of the world, and then trying to find a way to get those guys into that list. I mean, that just I don't know who I'm taking off to try and make that happen personally.
I mean, for me, Grenard's been a lot more consistent than Burns, and he's better than Bonito straight out. So I don't think he's anywhere near Grenard. But I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, the talent from 7 to 10 is stacked. So like it's
Yeah,
undeniable.
Grenard would definitely be the top of that category. So we know for fact like 1 through 6 would be like Micah Miles, TJ, Mad Max, Bosa, and Hendrickson. So that's like what 1 through 6. So then it's what then you have 4 names. It was what Verse,
Verse
Anderson,
Will
Anderson,
Anderson,
Hutchinson, and
Hutchinson,
Hutchinson.
Danielle
yeah,
Hunter.
Then that's the 4. So that's you're right. That's the 10.
yeah,
Like
that's
that's
the
the
It's
four.
just
That's the
10.
four.
and I did have the 11th guy for me was Josh Hines Allen, who had a really underrated season for the Jaguars, and I think it's still kind of just somebody that doesn't get talked about because it's the Jaguars, but he is an extremely dynamic pass rusher and what he can bring to the table. And I hate having to leave him off the list, but I can't find a place for him with the talent that's at edge.
I think like outside of receiver, edge might be the next like just crazy talented position in football. Like it's so many just like supreme athletes that are like technically sound at the position. Because I mean, even going to like he might not be a traditional edge, but Van Ginkel had a really good season, like playing that out
Mhm.
that like edge rusher position. He's not a pass rushing guy, but Greg Rousseau had a solid season.
Yeah, he
Um,
did. But I would say that to your point, as far as the position as a whole, it's not only the depth of talent to be able to make a difference on a consistent basis, but also the consistency of these guys that they have multiple years of showing that level of talent as well. So,
mhm.
that, compared like wide receiver is the only place that I think that you can really say that. And then like, corner has a lot of depth of talent, but it's not always as consistent as
It's
you
not
would
always top
hope.
end. Like there are
Yeah.
solid corners, but it's not like people you could see in the top 10.
Yeah.
All right, my bad, y'all. I'm back. I do want to ask
Okay.
y'all at 3. Who would y'all put at 3? Personally, for me, I'm between Micah and Max, and I'll probably lean. I'm probably say Max Crosby. Anyone else want to get a vote for 3? Fredo,
I did have
Bianca.
Max over Micah person.
I have
I mean, I
Micah.
go,
I have
I go
Micah at
Micah,
3.
but
All right,
I
Micah.
go Micah, but I ain't mad at man.
Yeah, I go Mike. I go Micah at 3.
Spurs went. Let me see. Spurs went.
I think I'm cool with Max. So maybe the reason why I have him lower on my list is just it's not fair to him, but he didn't really play in the playoffs and stuff like that. So I discounted him. I don't know those. That's the only way I could.
Oh,
For
what's
me,
your
they're on the same tier.
criteria? I'm
Hendrickson,
like, what the
Bosa,
hell? Okay,
and
yeah, I see your
Crosby.
criteria.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. How many people do we have on? 25 people in the Twitch chat real quick. And let me just lean chat just to get the chat thoughts real quick. Chat, I'm going to make a quick poll. The poll literally only going to be for 1 minute. And I just want to see who y'all put at 3. Micah Parsons or Max Crosby? 3. Micah Parsons or Max Crosby? Micah Parsons or Max Crosby? Again, it's only going to be for 1 minute, y'all. So if you are in here voting that poll really quickly, I just want to get y'all thoughts real quick. And make sure y'all active and able to participate throughout the show, even if you all cannot come to the stage at the moment. So that is officially in the chat. Who should be 3, Micah Parsons or Max Crosby? 1 minute. Please make sure y'all vote on that poll real quick. If you're on the YouTube chat, sorry, you cannot vote unless you're on Twitch. And if you're on Twitch, thank you for your participation. Also, just being active throughout the show today. And yeah, man. We got 6 votes so far. Thank y'all. 6 votes so far. Thank you. Not the real deal said Max in the chat. Never mind. Switch Parsons. Okay, I got you. Okay. We got about 15 seconds to go on that. Looks like Max is going to win out. Me personally, my vote for 4 is Micah Parsons. Be Young along also with Micah Parsons. Fredo, I think you said you with Micah at 3.
Yeah, I have Micah at 3.
Michael's gonna be penciled in at 4 for the most part. No need to go around with that. And then 5, that's where we approach Bosa and Trey Hendrickson. D-Mac I know is Bosa, and then it would be Trey. Spurs look like he's Hendrickson and then Bosa. Double back is looking like he is Bosa then Trey. Fredo, where are you at with that?
I think I agree with Tez on this one. I think I'm gonna go Trey. I think having back-to-back seasons without like another even quality defensive player on your team, it gotta count for something. Like he wasn't the reason the defense was shit.
Yeah, back-to-back year leading NFL in sacks. It's hard to ignore that type of production. And on top of that, still being one of the best at your position as well. Not like he's somebody on the back end doing on some fluky type of stuff. So I'm perfectly fine with Trey rewarding Trey and then going Trey Bosa to round out that top 6 as well, my damn self. So I think me, you, Spurs, and yeah, me.
It might just be me and you though. I think everybody else might have Bosa.
Yeah, I mean, I had Bosa, but like I think we're cool with Henderson Bosa as far as that's concerned. I don't think we don't need to stick around.
I go Trey.
So be Young Trey, and then we're gonna go Bosa at 6. And then we get down to 7 now. Let me kick some of these names off. Will Anderson, Aiden Hutchinson, Jared Verse, Neil Hunter. Some of the names that come to the mind are probably gonna round out the top 10, to be honest. Burns, etc.
Yeah, that's the top 10. I think that's the top 10.
Yeah,
I should have kept Verse in there. I did it too much on the 3 years thing. That's my.
Damn, Verse was a rookie. Yet a year. Aiden didn't get to play a lot. Will.
Yeah,
if he was healthy, I would have to.
I'd probably say Will Anderson personally.
Yeah, I think if you were to, I think on my list I put it Anderson, Hunter, just for the consistency and the body of work of what both those guys now have, and I think that's fair. Like But again, all four of these guys can go anywhere as far as I'm concerned because they're all excellent.
Yeah, I'm Will Anderson. I think D-Mac is Will Anderson. Even Spurs, technically looking at his list, will be Will Anderson. Fredo, how do you fall with that?
I like it. Will too. Yeah.
Will Anderson will win out. Will Anderson Jr. Shout out to him. We get to 8 now. Looking at Aiden, Jared Verse, Neil. How are we feeling about these fellas coming up? Do we show love to Hunter and Will back to back and then close it out with 2 of the young guys and Verse and Aiden? Or do we take a different route?
I think because Aiden's hurt, I think that's probably the best way to go.
Hunter,
I would probably
Hunter versus
I like
Daniil.
That
I
works.
like Daniil.
Yeah. Just
I like Daniil, then I like Daniil, Aiden, and Verse to like round it out.
Fairs.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that to close that out.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with this.
All right, so real quick, y'all, to close out this NFL segment of the show, we've been an hour and a half here. Again, starting fresh on Monday. That's when we're going to start the divisionals. Talking about every single team in the division. I'm going to do my best to reach out to some folks that I know via Twitter or wherever that are fans of these teams when we get to these divisions and ask them to come in through the show, look at the schedule, give us predictions, players to look out for, breakout players, their expectations for the season, things like that. That's how that segment will go for the next 8 days, starting on next week, Monday. So that's going to go and conclude on the following week, Wednesday, which will be I'm on a new computer. This computer don't pop up like my old computer. Hold on, y'all. Which will be the 30th. That's perfect, actually, and that's really perfect because I just looked up at the schedule today. The first NFL preseason game is July 31st. So, is this the first time that the preseason game or Hall of Fame game was in July, bro?
Probably not the first time, but it is extremely rare.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not recall.
I think it's the first time, actually.
It's
I'm with
usually
that.
early.
Because we
August.
haven't had the third preseason game and the break in between, so it might be the fact that this is the first time.
Yeah, this is insane. So that's going to actually conclude us taking it right into the first preseason game on July 31st. So we'll be done on July 30th. We're going to be starting the divisional talks on July 21st. So give y'all a heads up, July 21st. I don't know what division we'll start with yet, but we'll go AFC, NFC, AFC, NFC, AFC, NFC, AFC, NFC. Obviously, 2 of the better divisions will be last. So think of the AFC North, think of the NFC North. Those will probably be the 2 of the last divisions that we talk about. NFC East, it'll be in that ballpark as well. And then what's that Chiefs division? AFC West, I think that is. AFC West would be in that range as well when it comes to some of the teams that would be towards the back end. So I know for sure you'll have the AFC North, NFC North. That NFC South look nice. AFC North, NFC North, AFC West, NFC East as probably the last 4 divisions we do. The first 4, I'm gonna probably start it off with something that can be strong. And that'd be AFC South is so ass.
You could do NFC West if you want something strong to start with.
Yeah, that's the best option. NFC West will be the start, and then I'm gonna take it over to the AFC side, and then just get the AFC East or South out the way. I will probably go South, and then come back over to the NFC South, and then go NFC East, and that'll be the first 4. Yeah, and then after that, we're gonna dive into some of the tougher divisions in my opinion, which is the AFC North, NFC North, AFC West, and NFC East. Yeah, that'll be that. So that's something to look out for. So giving y'all an early heads up, looking at this again now, starting off the show on Monday, we're going to go with the NFC West. So I'll reach out to like Good, Sosa, Miles. I know Nay is a Seahawks fan that I know. T, obviously Rams fan, and I'll surf Twitter to see anybody else that I come across or that I may know that I'm not speaking on or thinking on right now that'll come through on Monday to talk about the division, looking at all these schedules, breakout players, rookies to look out for, or even vets to look out for, their expectations, and just overall just seeing how people feel about the upcoming season, man. So I'm super duper excited. We're gonna be done with the divisional stuff on July 30th, and preseason football kicks off Hall of Fame game July 31st, which you'll probably be watching in Discord. So make sure you all join the Facts and Stats Discord. It is the pinned message on Twitch. Next, we're going to look at some of these things to close this out. And executive coaches, scouts ranked the NFL's top 10 edge rushers for 2025. They also ranked the wide receivers. I'm going to look at that list tomorrow, though. So coming in at 1, they went with Myles Garrett. The highest ranking was 1, lowest ranking was 4. Last year, he was 1. Simple put, he had 14 sacks without 24. He's the first player since individual sack totals were tracked in 1982 with 4 consecutive seasons of at least 14 sacks. I mean, that is the standard. Like that's what you want out of your edge rushers, to be able to produce consistent seasons or consecutive seasons like that. 2, they went with TJ Watt. Lowest ranking was 3. Last year ranking was 2, so they round up the top 2 back-to-back years. 3 was Micah Parsons. Lowest ranking was a 6. Last year ranking was 3, so same order for the 3 straight seasons. 4, Max Crosby. Highest ranking was 1. Lowest ranking was 6. Last year he was 5. So shout out to Max. Big fan of him. I'm glad he's staying in Vegas. 5 was Nick Bosa. Last year was 4. So pretty much Nick and Max swap. Rightfully so, in my opinion, at this point. 6, they went with Trey Hendrickson. Rightfully so. Then we got the same top 6 of them. Aiden round out the top 7. Last year he was 6. Highest rank he got was 3. Lowest he got was unranked. And then 8, Will Anderson. So they went with Will and Daniil back to back. Same. Smart. And they closed it out with Jared Verse. So yeah, I think the top 10 edge rushers is pretty much, this is the top 10. And we definitely have the same top 10 as these coaches, executives, and scouts. Next, we're going to look at quickly the linebackers, off-ball linebackers. And they did this yesterday, actually. Fred Warner, last year ranking 1. Roquan, last year ranking 2. Same order. Zach Bond took a big jump. Last year, he was not ranked at all. He was able to come over from the Saints to go to Philly and be able to be one of the best players on their defense last year. They had a phenomenal offense last year. They had a phenomenal defense last year. They had a super-duper balanced attack. And him as the man in the middle, even with N'Kobe going down, was able to step up even more and be able to perform. So shout out to Zach Bond. And he even got paid after that, man. So shout out to him, man. Perform, get paid. It's just that simple. And sometimes it's all about opportunity. I'm glad he was able to get an opportunity in Philadelphia, same as BJ said. Nick Bowen. Last year he was 5. He moved up 1 spot to 4. The highest ranking that he got this season, or coming into this season, was 2. Lowest ranking was unranked. That's pretty insane. But Bowen is one of the better linebackers in this league. So shout out to Nick Bowen. Frankie Louvu. Okay. Came over to DC from the Carolina Panthers last year. If y'all know the Panthers, they've been, no shade to them, they've been a terribly ran organization over the last 3-4 years. Terribly ran organization. When you trade, we're talking about when you look at the CMC trade, when you look at them trading DJ Moore, when you look at them trade, that comes with trading up to pick number 1. When you look at them trading Burns, when you look at them trading, I might be missing a name. Let Jeremy Chin go, let Frankie go. It's more, and I'm missing a name. I feel like, fuck. I think I'm good. But that's all the things that they've been doing over the last 3-4 years. Terribly run organization. Frankie was not ranked last year, but you can see what he could be, and he was able to blossom over there in Washington, like D-Mac said, whether it's off ball or Sam. And when it comes down to the utilization, he was able to perform on that defense for the Commanders alongside Bobby Wagner, and hopefully they continue to grow. So, hopefully they're able to replicate their production last season while that team is trying to grow behind Jaden Daniels. 6, Tremaine Edmonds, Chicago Bears. Highest ranking was 3. Last year ranking was 7. So he moved up a spot. 7 was Levante David, man. The old man. He's always holding it down. Still there in Tampa. Super Bowl champ. Age 35. The highest ranking he got was 3. Last year he was honorable mention. The lowest ranking he got was unranked. Let's see what some of the things they say about him. He's been durable, great instincts and physical tools. Pretty much a freak of nature. He was fully healthy last year, played with some issues, but was free to make plays. He can still go at a high level. So tough. Highest ranking was 4 for Overshawn. Lowest ranking was unranked. Last year, not eligible. He was a rookie. He needed only 12 NFL games to convince a healthy number of voters that he's a high impact linebacker. He's absolutely amazing. What else did they say? Okay, tore ACL 2023. Then sustained a right knee in 2024. 10-3 ligaments. Damn. He plans to return at some point in 2025. Damn. All right, shout out to him. Hopefully he's healthy, bro. Dre Greenlaw, highest ranking was 3. Last year was 9, so he stayed at the same spot. They talk about him coming off of injuries. We all know the Broncos took care of business when it came to one turning around, not even turning around the whole defense, but add a lot of pieces to their defense. Even speaking to adding to their defense, they just signed their first round pick yesterday, Jade, to a 4-year deal with that rookie contract. So shout out to him for getting that done. Finally, definitely before training camp. Well, training camp is starting from this week for a lot of teams. With rookie reporting first, etc. But yeah, shout out to Dre. He's headed to Denver on a 3-year, $31.5 million deal. And they also got Hufanga as well from San Francisco to be a safety over there in Denver as well. So shout out to both of those fellas. 10, Quincy Williams. I think we have the same 10 as well. I don't think we have. Let me check. I don't think we have Evans or Overshawn. Yeah, we don't have Overshawn or Evans. So never mind. We got Bobby. We show Bobby Wagner some love. Yeah, we show Bobby Wagner some love. Quincy Williams, highest ranking was 2. Last year he was an honorable mention. Williams backed up All-Pro in 2023 with another strong performance, earning several top 3 votes. He held off several top competitors, including Bobby Wagner for that 10th spot. 0 to 100 closing speed, sideline to sideline. Will strike you. He's a dog. He's a Pro Bowl caliber player, elite speed and burst to close. Plays physical and bigger than he is. But to be elite, you have to be consistently take the ball away. He hasn't done that. To that point, Williams has 1 career interception, which came in 2023, but he did force 4 fumbles in 2024. So shout out to him for that. What else do I want to say? So that's it, y'all, for the off-ball linebackers and edges. Again, now, over these next couple of days and weekends, like I said, I am going to post every single one of the lists that we did with a graphic. And that'll be shared on TikTok. That'll be shared on Twitter. That'll be shared on Instagram. And I might do like a voiceover on it, letting people know how the list came about and things like that. Or I probably just post it with the caption, letting the people know that it was done as a collective throughout the show. Obviously 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. So yeah, just wanted to say that. Thank y'all for not coming through. I'm not ending yet, but thank y'all for coming through for that part of the show. As we've been on the football side of things for the first hour and 45 minutes. We are taking a break from the NFL. Quick, slight break for the NFL. Hold on, I can X these out. Quick, slight break from the NFL. We picking up everything NFL. I want to plan this out. We picking up everything back NFL on Monday. We are starting with the NFC West. NFC West when it comes to divisional talks. We've been doing that since the start, since the first summer, first summer of Facts and Stats. I remember we went a whole summer with talking everything football without even having any NBA talks. This year we still talking NBA free agency, still talking moves, which we still got to talk about NBA free agency too. I was waiting on Bradley Beal and Chris Paul, but that took longer than expected, especially with Bill. And then I think, I know why Bill took long, because Bill got an extra $13.5 million from the Suns yesterday. It was something within his contract for that. So that buyout should be coming soon. Then we still waiting on Kuminga. It's still reported at the moment that Horford and DeAnthony Melton will then follow up and go to the Warriors after that Kuminga situation is figured out. And then I think Bill and Chris Paul might hit LA at the same time for the Clippers. If I just had to guess, I think Chris Paul and Bill are going to the Clippers together. And then I think DeAnthony and Horford, as what I've seen, is going to Golden State together. But they got to hold off and wait, because it's a WNBA game on right now? What the hell? The fuck? It's a WNBA game on right now. That's crazy. I didn't even know that junk was on. Anderson playback. How Angel Reese playing? Oh, Angel Reese not playing.
She hurt. Yeah, she hurt.
Damn.
Hurt.
Damn, I didn't even know it was the game on game. That's crazy. Shout out to the Dream for being up by 18 without Ryan Howard. She's out for the whole entire July. We got the so that's the Mercury and the Lynx coming up at 1 o'clock. That's this 1 o'clock? Like, that's in 14 minutes, nigga. Oh yeah, I'm out of here, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here in a minute. But damn, I don't think Copper and Satu is playing today, bro. I saw no Copper and I saw no Satu, bro. Yeah, Mo, I'm sick, Mo. Like, that takes granted, they still winning games. But I want to see all 3 of them healthy, bro. I want to see all 3 of them healthy. And damn, that's a bummer, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, yes, we got some WNBA bump. We got the Valkyries and the Storm. That's gonna be a good game. And then the first NBA preseason game is actually at 3:30. I know that already off the top of my head. So the first NBA game is at 3:30. Valks and Mercury are coming on in a few minutes. No, that's the Lynx. The Lynx and the Mercury. The Valks and the Storm play at 3:00. If I'm looking at this correctly.
Yeah.
Yo,
Did you talk about that? Nah, man.
Liberty and Fever today? My goodness, hold on. Yeah, I'm not leaving the crib. I'm chilling in the crib today. I'm gaming and watching sports. I got WNBA and NBA Summer League. Yeah, this is the Fever and the Liberty, y'all. Hopefully that should be in playback. That is what we're watching at 7:30. We are watching the Liberty and the Fever at 7:30. Damn, I forgot about CC injury. Damn.
Yeah, she hurt wrong.
Yeah, I know we supposed to get to that. We supposed to get to WNBA right now after the football stuff, but damn. Fuck. Yeah, the All-Star. I know the 3-point contest is on the 18th because I scheduled that in playback today. So these are the last games. Okay. Damn, man. TC is that groin injury is a bummer, dog. I hate nagging injuries like that. Like I hate the nagging hamstrings. I hate the nagging groins. I hate nagging calf.
Yeah, I think she gonna be out for a while.
Yeah,
What's her?
The way she was looking on her bench.
How many games? How many games she just played?
She played
3?
like 3 in a row. Yeah, like 3. Let me fact check it though. I feel like she played like 3, gang. Let me fact check how long she was out for.
She might be.
So she played 3, 1, 2, 4, 4. And she was out for like what? That looks like 2.5 weeks.
She was out 2.5 weeks. Came back, played 4 games, and re-aggravated it. She probably wasn't supposed to come back. That's too soon.
She might got to.
That's too soon.
Yeah, she might got to sit for real this time. She probably was getting through it. She probably was getting through it. You know what I'm saying? Probably didn't affect her too much until that last little re-aggravation yesterday.
But it ain't gonna You know how it go, Brad. You ain't gonna really feel it until you in a game setting. Like in practice, it's gonna feel.
Let's go. Appreciate that, TJ. Nah, I'm hearing you, gang. My bad.
You can't simulate it. Yeah, in practice and workouts, like it's gonna feel better. You ain't gonna really feel that shit until you really actually play in the game, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And for her to miss 2.5 weeks, that was 9 games, she only came back to play 4 and played 4 and re-aggravated in the 4th game. She probably wasn't supposed to come back that early, bro. That's too soon.
I agree. She been banged up this year, and I agree. Ari, she definitely should have been out for a month. Damn, dog. I ain't gonna lie, I'm sick. Cause it's taking my excitement away for the WNBA, man. You know, not being able to watch my favorite player cook up. You know, obviously I got the Liberty too, but it's just like, damn. That's a little bummer, dog. So yeah, we definitely gonna head over to playback in a minute, y'all, and watch these WNBA games. And let me see if there's anything that's worth watching, far as the summer league perspective today. I know that 3:30 game is something that I definitely want to watch. Hold on. Well, no, not definitely. It's the 5:00 game I meant to say. Hopefully Marla Walker's playing, Kobe Brea, Fleming, etc. versus Rob, Shannon. Hopefully they're playing on that back-to-back. And then coming down, we can see Brooklyn and Orlando with Jace and Demon and Nolan and Penda. That can be a game. And then to close it out, we might be able to see the Wizards and Jazz. You know, will Flip continue to play? Will Isaiah and Ace be out there? Ace then again never got shut down, right? Ted, Ace never got shut down, right?
Nah, never got reported. Yeah, never.
Maybe he'll play. So that's definitely what we'll be closing out the playback room with. Quickly looking at WNBA games from last night. Let me look at the title of the show. WNBA Summer League. That's gonna go over to playback. MLB All-Star Game. Hopefully, I think Z Farm and Josiah probably pop in there for that. Probably ask him about the MLB All-Star Game. So in the meanwhile, since I know I didn't talk about it during the show today, let me take that out the title. All right. So I'm definitely. I didn't even know games started this early, bro. I know my lineup was set, so I'm gonna head over to playback right now, y'all, and I'm gonna just be getting ready to watch this Mercury and Lynx game at 1:00, praying that it is on playback. If you on YouTube, playback is literally the link in the description on this video. If you're on Twitch, I just put into the chat for you all right there. I technically will say probably the show will continue over there. Because I'm gonna look at this WNBA stuff, look at some talk about some summer league stuff, and that'll pretty much be that. If you came through to the Twitch today, thank you so much. If you came through to the YouTube today, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and head over to playback and have some open talks around WNBA related things, MLB summer league related things, and maybe Josiah or Z Farm or B Farm or I said B Farm, BJ or Bear or Ari or whoever will probably let me know what happened in the MLB All Star game because I do not have a clue. I know somebody came into the chat. Bub came into the chat yesterday and said it was no Josiah actually said it was a 5-0 lead after P hit a 3-run homer, and I don't know nothing else that happened in the game. So everybody that came through today, thank y'all so much for all the support. Remember Monday we're talking about NFC West. So if you know anybody that's a fan of any team in the NFC West, please reach out to them and tell them to come through to Fact and Stats today. Tell them to come through to Fact and Stats today. Peace, blessings, and love. I will see y'all in playback as I'm about to start that room right now.